Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hey, did you make it into 2024?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I guess you did, because you are listening to this podcast. It's Mike Matthews broadcasting on the podcast, and I am not asking you questions like if you know the name of this episode today. It's probably not going to be the same as yesterday, which was People, but it's episode 2000.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
741. Don't you love that?
Mike's
It's 2024.
Podcast.
I am hoping for more in 2024. Nothing like before. I would like 2024 to be your favorite year. That's what I'm hoping for 2024. Did you know in the year 2024, we are going to have 12 full moons. We are going to have 2 supermoons, a blue moon, and 2 lunar eclipses. Although experienced moon gazers know that the night of the full moon is not the best for observing the lunar surface, even with a good pair of binoculars, the sight of the full moon rising as an orb at dusk is a celestial view that is hard to beat. That came from the wonderful people there at livescience.com. Each full moon has a unique name that reflects its agricultural past. But besides the usual collection of full moons in 2024, there will be 2 supermoons when the moon's monthly perigee, or closest point to the Earth, coincides with its full phase. That's a supermoon. And a seasonal blue moon, which is the 3rd moon of 4 occurring between an equinox and a solstice. That's right, an equinox and a solstice.
And here's today's podcast picture.
So the next thing we got coming up is the vernal equinox. We just got past the winter solstice a couple weeks back. And the podcast picture is of the sky, sort of, in Pleasanton. And the rains are coming. And I took that picture recently. It's very nice. It's picturesque. That's why it's a picture. See it at mikesdailypodcast.com. Another spot that I walked, the late great Basil the Boxer. I was talking to somebody today about maybe this year will finally be the year that I get a new dog. And I told her that losing Basil just about killed me. And she said, "Oh, me too. I waited 4 years before I got a new dog."
Oh, yeah.
And what so upset me after I lost my dog was so many people who do have no concept of owning a dog whatsoever, and the relationship that is formed, that is forged. You just get another dog. Just get another dog right away. And they had no concept of what I had been through. And that gets me really upset, because in this world of social media, and you have all your social media friends, and I hate when people post pictures of their pet deceased in the photo. That's just so disrespectful to me. It appalls me when people do that.
It's pretty interesting.
And when people think that the way you broadcast through social media, it is a media after all, and you broadcast. Everybody has the right now, has the capability to broadcast through social media, and they do so. Some do, and think, oh, we're all reading every one of your posts. And that's not true. I'm not reading any of your posts on your face. If you're on Facebook, I might see you if you're on Instagram, but I spend 0.000000006 of my day looking at social media. And that's the way I want to keep it. Hopefully. But that is what's up in full moon world and social media world. And have we not learned, after all this time, to just get off social media, to just run away from it?
Might rip someone a new one.
And I know they keep coming up with something even more addictive, like TikTok was so addictive, and it just took all our kids away, absorbed them like the Borg, and now that's all they do is watch TikTok all day and are immersed in all the memes. But that's not what we should do in 2024. I'm hoping that we're smarter and we walk past all that.
Ridiculous random post.
So much time on media. I think we should all, in some way, be the investigators, the investigative reporters. We should be the researchers. We should be the ones digging deep. Don't just expect AI to feed you, because AI is not artificial intelligence. It's artificial stupidity, and it's pulling stuff from the web without any discrimination whatsoever. Once upon a time, when you could do searches on the web, you could actually find things. But then Google came along and said, well, we're going to show you what you're looking for, make it easier to find what you're looking for, but at the same time, we're going to push stuff on you that people are paying us good money to push on you. The advertisers, we're going to push that on your face when you're looking at the screen.
Wow, just wow.
And then Bing last year came along and said, nope, you know what we're going to do? We're going to one-up that. We're going to have an AI just have it all, just tell you the answer and not give you any websites to choose from. We're just going to spoon feed it to you, and you'll just accept that as the answer and the gospel truth. Never do that. Never, ever do that. Please, promise me. Mike's Daily Podcast here at Podcastro Valentino, the last place on earth. Let's be smarter. Let's work smarter. And if we have to, work harder. Yeah, we should all work harder, but smarter. Okay. I want to talk something really quick here about Pink. I heard the song Who Knew today, and it reminded me that song is about 20 years old, and that it was a single released from an album that pretty much did not have any hits until there was a song called You, the letter U, and Your, as in you are, hand tonight. That became a hit, and I never hear it anymore, but I remember it getting played a lot. And then they re-released Who Knew, because Who Knew did not do well when it was first released. They re-released it because that other song did well, and then it became it. You still hear it today on the radio. And I must say, if you listen to pop radio, you hear lots and lots of Pink still. She's had quite a library, and she's an amazing performer.
Mike's absolutely useless review.
Whatever you want to call it. As we go outside a Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valentino, the last place on earth. Let's call it the Pop Pap. Of all the pap that's out there, the Pop Pap, I think Pink is pretty cool.
Blood and Loco.
But, I don't know. It's pop for the reason that everybody likes pop music. Talk about pop music. And no one remembers the group M that did the song Pop Music, but I do, I guess. So California is going to attempt to remove Trump from the 2024 ballot, inspired by Colorado and Maine. Following the Colorado Supreme Court's ruling barring Donald Trump, it was only a matter of time before other states used the dubious ruling as the basis for attempts to prevent its residents from being able to vote for the former president in 2024, the day after the Colorado ruling. Lieutenant Governor Eleni Kounalakis.
Because you'd be in jail. Which is a very good thing. Which is a very, very good thing.
That's crazy.
Burgermaster.
I don't remember voting for her for lieutenant governor of our state. Well, she sent a letter. I did not. Eleni. Sorry, Eleni. I don't think I voted for you. Sent a letter to Secretary, but nobody who I voted for in the last election won.
What?
Just so you know. Sent a letter to Secretary of State Shirley Weber demanding that she explore every legal option to remove former President Donald Trump from the California 2024 presidential primary ballot. That came from Town Hall and Spencer Brown. And it leads us all into thinking in 2024 there's going to probably be a lot of that. A lot of people trying to get certain candidates off the ballot now that this is a thing. So, yes, I know some of the reasons for taking a certain candidate off the ballot seem pretty good, but the Pandora's box has been opened. But now, the big thing that is confronting Biden and making him look not so good and pulling his approval rating numbers down, and down. This, according to News Nation, over 12,500 people were encountered a week ago at the southern border, the highest number of encounters on record for a single day. Now, actually, this might have been, sorry, I got my dates wrong. This could have been not 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Mike's Daily Podcast Master Pod Beater.
December migrant encounters at the southern border are on track to exceed the numbers seen in November by 30%. Not 3, not 10, but 30%. In the first 17 days of October, the Customs and Border Protection of the United States encountered roughly 130,000 migrants during the first 17 days of December. This is winter, and this is happening. This is why this is such a story. The CBP, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, reported about 167,000 total. Border Patrol agents have said they are overwhelmed now as multiple sectors along the border are beyond capacity. That, according to News Nation.
Mike, it's...
And speaking of...
Mikey Fikey. Great.
Immigration issues, the Associated Press said the White House and Mexico's president...
Hi there, Mike. How are you?
This was, I think, 2 weeks ago, came out strongly against a new Texas law that would allow police to arrest migrants who illegally cross into the U.S. and empower local judges to order them to leave the country. Civil rights groups and Texas's largest border county filed a lawsuit calling the measure that Republican Governor Greg Abbott had signed into law less than 24 hours earlier an unconstitutional reach over the U.S. government's authority on immigration. The Texas law that takes effect in March could be a test of how aggressively a state can limit immigration amid a surge in illegal crossings in remote areas that has escalated pressure on Congress to reach a deal on asylum. That, according to the Associated Press. And according to ABC, the law does not allocate funding or mandate training for law enforcement officials who will now be tasked with enforcing immigration law. That does not sound like a good recipe for success. Immigrant rights advocates have said this would leave the fate of a migrant's path to asylum in the hands of untrained officers. Compared to what it is now, I'm not sure what it is now. I've heard it's a mess.
What's the cliche of the week? What's the cliche of the week? What's the cliche of the week? What's the cliche of the week?
Well, in the Washington Examiner, this story, a Texas Democrat, speaking of Texas, who was a strong advocate of defunding the Austin police 3 years ago in 2020, when that was a thing, was accused of hypocrisy recently.
What's the cliche of the week? What's the cliche of the week? What's the cliche of the week? What's the cliche of the week?
After he requested a police patrol in his neighborhood from the same department. He requested the police's assistance through the United States Capitol Police, which forwarded the request to the Austin Police Department. He also sent a letter to the Justice Department accusing the Texas police force of racism and discrimination against people with mental health problems. The Austin Police Retired Officers Association says it's come to our attention that anti-police king of the defund movement in Austin, Greg Kasar, who only last week called APD an agency with racist practices, has requested enhanced patrols around his house for the next week. We want everyone in Austin to feel safe, but this seems to us as the height of hypocrisy from the congressman. Maybe he should hire private security like his fellow squad members do. Sure seems like he wants the police in his neighborhood just not yours. And armed security, or just security in general, private security, I would say, is becoming more and more, the business in that field has just grown. So, I know offhand a company that is hiring security officers for the first time.
The Newsbleed section.
But that's what it is. And something needs to change. Something in that equation needs to change so we don't have to keep hiring as many security officers. But hey, if you own a security company, dang, you're making buck. There is a prisoner swap going on. The U.S. and Venezuela. Between them, 10 Americans who have been jailed in Venezuela will touch down on American soil. They did that actually about a week ago, following a deal between the Biden administration and Venezuelan government to release an ally of President Nicolas Maduro in exchange for the U.S. citizen. A senior administration official said this, according to NBC. The plane carrying the Americans landed in San Antonio, Texas. The administration declined to disclose the flight's origin. The Maduro ally, this according to CBS, Colombia-born Alex Nayan Saab Moran, was charged in Florida in 2019 for money laundering and was arrested in 2020 in the Republic of Cabo Verde while en route to Iran. Saab was extradited to the U.S. the next year to face criminal prosecution. He pleaded not guilty, and his attorneys have since been trying to get his case dismissed by claiming diplomatic immunity.
The Myclopedia Insanika.
In other news there. And, back to the immigrants. The U.S. Airlines caught flying illegal immigrants to New York City.
Matthews News.
Delta and American Airlines are under fire for flying illegal migrants from President Joe Biden's Arizona processing centers into domestic U.S. hubs on late-night flights. According to reports, Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport has become a significant hub for illegal aliens to travel around the United States, according to Town Hall News. Republican commentator Ashley St. Clair was on a flight from Phoenix to New York City where she noticed that her Delta Airlines flight was filled with illegal aliens. In a video posted to social media, St. Clair showed illegal migrants lined up waiting to board her flight. That from Town Hall News. And now the national debt nears $34 trillion. The U.S. government ran a budget deficit of $381 billion so far last year, and that represents a 13% increase from the same time in 2022. The deficit is $44 billion higher than it was at the end of 2022, according to the latest data released by the U.S. Department of the Treasury. That from Just the News.
News random.
So migrants, debt, security, these are the things happening at the beginning of 2024. What can we do to fix it? I ask you. Maybe I'll ask these people outside a Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valleyton. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing out by my horse today?
It's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player. Tell you what.
What?
We just need to not allow anybody else into the U.S. It's too full. There's too many people. We're going to be fine if we just close all the doors, shut all the windows, close the gates, and keep them all out. And don't put them up in the sky either. That's a bad idea. Don't put them in the sky.
Putting them in the sky?
Yeah, flying them and whatnot. You were talking about the sky and stuff earlier. Was skies and moons and whatnot?
Yeah, I was, I guess. Yeah, and the podcast picture has a beautiful sky picture.
I like the sky.
You like the sky?
Yeah, the sky's nice. So, we'll just try and protect the sky.
Okay. Sounds like a good idea. We should protect the sky. Look who else is here.
Hello, Mike. I'm the Brewmaster. I made the delicious root beer. Have some right now.
I will. Thank you. Oh, wow. That's good. What's in that?
All the eggnog in the world. I put it in that root beer, Mike. Drink it right now.
Oh, it was good. All the root beer, eggnog in the world, that would make me quite fat. Oh, well. But you know what? I'm not going to ask any IT people. IT, I forgot even what IT stands for. Internet troubleshooters, interested technicians. That would be it. Something technical. Anytime you ask a question, I need help. Help me with this. They go, oh yeah, sure. All you need to do is, and then it is 15 billion steps that you do. It's never just turn it off and turn it on again, like in the IT crowd. It is so much more complicated. You need to go to this website and do this thing and that thing and the other thing. They put it all on you. Can you do it for me? Nope. Good luck. You have to do it. That saying, which is not in the Bible, I've been told by all my Christian friends. God helps those who help themselves. Well, IT helps those who help themselves. Basically, you're helping yourself because IT ain't helping you. Oh, I'm so down on IT these days. Well, AI, IT, just all annoying. That's why we have to do the segment, Let's Go Back with Matthews.
Let's go back with Matthews.
Cassette copy.
You know, the person that I had on the podcast, the last one, and I had found a tape of me talking to them, I realize now that they look like a very famous actress out of England that's in a show called Payback.
It's a nightmare of a show.
And she was in this other show called Grantchester and the Bay. And I always wondered why that actress looked familiar. It's because she looks just like that former high school friend that I had years ago. It's interesting. I just put that connection together in my head today. So let's go back with Matthews. This is, oh my gosh, 34 years ago to the summer of 1990. And yours truly was on the radio on a couple radio stations in Ventura County and Santa Barbara County. Let's see, Santa Barbara, there was a station called Y97. And in Ventura County, there was a station called KKUR. Your radio, you are. So it was KKUR. And I found a little bit from that. Here's Y97.
Y97, you're calling number 19. You're my winner.
Hi.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Andre from Santa Barbara.
Okay, Otter?
Andre.
Andre, you just picked up a pair of tickets to go see the Smithereens and UB40, July 6th. All right, Andre, what's your favorite radio station?
Y97.
I thought his name was Otter. Oh, hey, Jude Cole. Again. Jude Cole pops up in all these different things.
7 and Jude Cole, baby. It's tonight, wrapping up 15 in a row. Mike Matthews here. We're going to kick off another 15 with OMD, so stick around for that. And I'm asking right now this person on the phone line, what are you doing this Friday night, Saturday morning?
We're making a list.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it is.
What is it? A list?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just have to hear this list, and maybe I can play like all of them or some of them or something.
Want to hear all of them?
Sure.
Okay.
What's your favorite radio station?
Y97.
Most music, Y97.
A list of music? I got cut out there. Ah, dang it. See, these are on cassette, so sometimes I lose a little bit of this and that. So, well, hopefully I played all the songs that she wanted to hear. But that's how it was back then. 34, 5 years ago, where people actually called the radio station to make requests. And when you didn't play their requests, oh boy, that made your life miserable. They'd call your boss. They'd send nasty letters. It's just a song. No, play it on the radio. Nowadays, people can go to all kinds of things on the internet to find that song. And it's a miraculous world in which you live. And it makes you happy, I'm sure, knowing that here you are in 2024, and all of this is at your fingertips.
Oh my gosh!
The bottom of the chart.
Pretty good songs that never made it on the radio because people didn't think they were worth it. But you know what? They come back up and people start playing them, and it's like, oh, where'd that come from?
Y97 looks like you're my winner. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Jerry from Goleta.
Jerry from Goleta.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
Pick up a pair of tickets. To go see the Smithereens and UB40.
All right, I'm so glad. I've been trying all week night.
All right, well, you won. What's your favorite radio station?
Y97.
All the Smithereens. The lead singer of that band passed away. I can't forget his name. UB40, that guy's still around. And I don't know if UB40 still tours, but I bet some people out there would like to see them.
Rolling through 15 in a row with Glenn Harris and she on 197.
I have no idea what I just said. I don't know who this is.
197 and Mike Matthews rolling through 15 in a row. But new music from the time. Here's Jerk Out. Interesting name for a song.
New music. Exclusive. Music Y97.
It's $29.
Jerk Out was the name of that song by The Time. Remember The Time? They're still around. I think they're still touring. Okay, now we'll jump forward. From 1990, we'll go 10 years into the future to 2000, and I was doing country music, and I was at the Ventura County Fair doing a live show, live from the fair, in a booth, next to the hot dog on a stick booth, and by, I don't know, a bunch of bales of hay, and that worked great because the name of the station was K Hay. Oh, and there was a stage close by with some, I don't know what band was playing. We were near that big building there at the Ventura County Fairgrounds where you go inside and they make the little donuts. And there's all kinds of stuff that I don't think I'd ever want to buy. But people go, oh, wow, that looks neat. Oh, let me try that. Ooh, hot tubs. Let's buy a hot tub. And that kind of thing. Not a hot tub time machine, though. So here I was live, Ventura County, in the year 2000.
I love you, man. I love you, man. And that's nice. That was the new one from Yankee Grey called This Time Around. They sing that song, done all things considered. I'm doing just fine, even though you got the heart. Yeah. All right. And right before that, it was Joe Diffie. We got Shenandoah on the way next. Oh, look who's here. Someone, who's a total connoisseur about cooking is the chef.
Matt Michaels. Hello. It's good to see you. It's good to meet you.
Sean, stop shaking people's hands.
After which, I've had a little couple something to drink tonight, and I'm feeling a little bit loose. I'm going to dance with this woman right now.
Go, Sean. Go, Sean. Go. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay. Anyway, we got Shenandoah next. Say woo or something. Woo! We're live at the Ventura County Fair. This is KA Santa Fe Cafe on 100.7 KJY. Woo!
Guitar personally autographed by the Dixie Chicks, announcing the KHAY Great Guitar Giveaway at the 2000 Ventura County Fair. Come to the KA booth. Enter to win guitars personally autographed by Alan Jackson, Kenny Rogers, Travis Tritt, Diamond Rio, Montgomery Gentry, Clay Davison.
Remember the Dixie Chicks? Wow. Yes, that's right. We were giving away the Dixie Chicks guitar that year, so that was the big deal, the big news. I have no idea who that guy was. I mean, Sean Connery, of course, I recognize, but that was my little Sean Connery impression I used to do all the time because he was the chef at the K Santa Fe Cafe. But yes, that was fun. Live there, anything could happen. I remember one guy calling me up just before the fair because he knew I would do this every year. And he goes, I'm going to go to the fair and I'm going to hit you in the face when you're doing your show. So the whole time, of course, I'm paranoid. But of course, anybody could punch you in the face when you're live. Just you're basically going, okay, I'm putting myself out there. Anything could happen. Well, thankfully, nothing happened. He did call me back, and he wanted to punch me in the face because I didn't play him his request, by the way. That was the thing, because If you didn't play someone's request, anything could happen. And then he called me back later. He goes, hey, I didn't punch you in the face, but I wanted to. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks for not doing that. But, hopefully that guy has gotten on his, is able to control his anger issues and has grown since 2000, 24 years plus years ago. 24 years on, he's improved in his life. Okay, time now for the segment, the Mike Matthews New Tunes Feud. Speaking of punching, let's play you some songs that you've never heard before that were emailed to me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. And I have not had that many lately, so this is going to probably be, we may not do this segment much longer because I just haven't had a lot of these emailed to me. But let's see here. This is a tribute to Marianne Faithfull. As far as I know, she's still alive, but there is a album that came out called The Faithful, a tribute to Marianne Faithfull. A lot of different artists on it. Even Iggy Pop is on it, and Tracy Bonham. I don't know if you remember Tracy Bonham. She had that song Mother Mother that was out in the 90s. So here is a song that's off of it. It is by... Everybody make some noise! Woo! Bringing to you live from Podcaster Valleymont, Mike's Daily Podcast. Tanya Donnelly. And I remember her being somewhat big about 20 years ago. She was a country artist. Here she is, Tanya Donnelly and the Parkington Sisters. And this is a cover of a Marianne Faithfull song. This is called This Little Bird. Let's listen to it.
He's light and fragile and feathered sky blue, so thin and graceful, the sun shines through.
There you go, This Little Bird, the name of that one, from the album that is a tribute to Marianne Faithfull. The next song that we have here on the Mike Matthews New Tunes Feud is from Toronto post-punk outfit Breeze, set to release their new album, Sour Grapes. Oh, it just came out recently. And this is their song, Breeze is the name of the group, and their song, Have You Ever Suffered? A little bit. Wow, the video is very odd. Lots of like 1950s and 60s odd abstract video stuff in there. Okay, there you go. That is the group known as Breeze. And the last song here, the Mike Matthews New Tunes Feud, is San Francisco post-punk band Topographies. They have a new song called Night Sea from the album called Dark Entries. Let's see, they were formed in 2018 in San Francisco, by the way. And here is a little bit of their song that is called Night Sea. Topographies there. Which song did you like better? Did you like the one by Tanya Donnelly and the Parkington Sisters? Did you like Breeze, or did you like Topographies? You can give me a call at this number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Will you shut ups? Liberty Nation Freedom Foam for All. Yo, the Mike Tip.
And with more ways to reach me, it is so simple. It's not complicated like what IT people have you do. you just go to mikesdailypodcast.com. You can also email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. And with more on all of these things, here's A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!